Well, the process is new and improved, making it easier and more efficient. And for those who go through that process, it is life-changing. We are talking about getting your high school diploma, what used to be known as the GED. Here with more now on the new adult education program, Karla Prudhomme and Dean Debi Tabor. And it's great to have both of you back on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, well, Debi, I remember talking to you about this back when the word was out that they were doing away with the GED, but they've come up with something to replace that.
It's called the HISET, the High School Equivalency Test. People never really got a GED. In Tennessee, they get a high school equivalency diploma.
Okay.
So the high school equivalency test took the place of the GED. And there are 5 parts to it. And we tell people there's 10,000 reasons to take this test. That means there's $10,000 more that a high school graduate will make in a year's time if they have a job.
And a lot of these jobs that used to take more and more of anything now are requiring that high school equivalency diploma.
That is so true, yes.
Correct. Even fast food restaurants, a lot of them
Want
are
that.
now requiring, yes.
And you guys both work for Northeast State, and the good news is Northeast State has gotten a grant that's making this process so much easier. So tell us a little bit about what's changed.
Well, we are in 8 counties. We're called District 1, and we are at every Northeast campus. We have classes during the day, we have classes at night, we have classes in the jail facility, and soon we'll be going to the correctional facility in Mountain City, providing the high school equivalency test for this people that are wanting to complete that part. I have never met anyone that's, when you say, what would you like to do, that they say, well, I want to be a failure. And I always tell people, this does not change a life, it changes generations. Because everyone, a lot of times we have parents that come in and they'll say, my child is thinking about quitting, and they look at me and say, you don't have a high school diploma, so I'm coming back to work with them. Parents are coming back, grandparents. Last year, the oldest graduate in Carter County was 84.
Oh, wow. It is. It's something, it's a mindset. Knowing that you have this is that tool that you need to just feel better about yourself. Even if you're not going to get a job, even just to have something like that makes a world of difference.
And being at Northeast State, they are a Northeast State student, then we can move them right on into a certificate program or an associate's degree. We can have people that when we start talking to them, what would you like to do? And they'll say, well, I'd like to go in the medical field. So we have phlebotomy. We can move them into the associate degree. This is just one step toward changing their life, and it just changes the whole personality of a person because they feel so good about themselves.
And certainly we have a past relationship with both of you. I've worked with you many times. Karla, you've been on the show for many different things. And for a lot of people, I think there's just that intimidation factor.
Yes.
There's that, who's going to help me? What if I still need the basic things? And what if it's really just hard? And I know, looking at you two, that you will help them through that process.
Yes, we will. And I tell people, and I know Debbie says the same thing, the hardest thing that anybody ever does is to walk in that door the first time. It's just, but once they do it, well, they put themselves on a trajectory to change their lives and the lives of their children, and like Debbie said, generations to come.
And you guys have both seen it.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
And it's one of the things we tell everyone to try to do is to come to a high school equivalency diploma graduation, because talking about hootenanny, that's what I say. Yes, I do. It's a hootenanny. It is thrilling. Sometimes this is the first graduate of a family. They bring their family, they bring their church members. They are just so very proud to have this that a lot of times we take for granted. This is life-changing. And it's fun because it's crying, it's shouting, it's picture taking, it's a hootenanny.
It is. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And you guys are both wearing these buttons here.
Yes.
And you can earn the diploma for free.
For free.
Which is really important because for a lot of people, the money is just not there, obviously, if they're having trouble finding a job and keeping a job. And like you said, this can be life-changing. So no cost in some of your
No cost in classes nor the test.
Yes. New initiative by Governor Haslam, which is been so well received, that if you come in, you go through the classes, take the test, then the test is paid for by the state of Tennessee.
That's very nice. So investing in our future, which
Correct.
is very smart. And you guys do orientation every week?
Every week.
Yes,
Yes,
in every
campus.
location.
Call the toll-free number and we can give you directions on where to go. We're in every county. We are in, I always say we come from Mountain City to Mossheim. We go Johnson County, Carter County, Unicoi, Washington, Sullivan. I go up the list there. Hawkins, Hancock, and Greene. We cover it all.
And they call that number, they take the first step, and you guys will be
Yes.
there to guide them through that
yes.
process.
To hold their hand through it.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
We're there with them all the way.
I love that. All right, we're going to
It's
give
wonderful.
everybody that toll-free number. As they said, it can change your life and your family's life for generations to come. There's no reason not to make that call and get that equivalency to that high school diploma.
Yes.
Great to have you guys on the show.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
what
much.
you do.
Thank
Y'all are
you.
so much fun.
Oh, please.